Ah, finally! Quick! Find something strong to break this old door.
Open! It's jammed. This may be useful. Open! This may be useful. Open! Impossible! 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 It's not this.
I'm glad you are here. I missed Kiuni. Plus, I was beginning to worry I would spend the last of my days in the dank and musty temple.
Yes, it's definitely not a potential retirement hotspot, so let's hit the road. Aouda will be getting worried.
I found the document for your uncle.
How did you get it?
When you came to see me, I quickly figured out what was going on. Shankar had taken all the credit for your uncle's invention, so I decided to visit Shankar's lodge. I managed to find the patent, but before I could complete my daring escape, they caught me. They must have thought I hadn't had time to do anything. They are evil, but not all that bright.
Take such a risk? You must have known my uncle, but how?
My dear old dad met him some 40 years ago. It was a dark time.
Do you know what went on?
Of course I do. My pop and I were close. We talked often. I suppose I can trust you with the story, if your uncle has sent you around the world on this mission. In those days, your uncle was a brilliant engineer with philanthropic ideas. He loved India very much. He married a wonderful Indian woman here. He adored her to distraction. Tragically, 2 years after their wedding, she was killed in a monsoon flood in Bombay. Your uncle, torn with grief, vowed to create a system to eliminate floods. He did just that and began its construction. His Indian counterpart was a young engineer, Shankar. What Shankar lacked in brains, he made up for with ambition. He manipulated your uncle, who was emotionally fragile at that time. Shankar tricked your uncle to take part in strange rituals and ceremonies. Your uncle became convinced that he could contact his wife on the other side. Kind of like his own personal psychic friend's connection. As your uncle became more and more demented, Shankar took over the construction site, little by little. Eventually, your uncle was forced to leave India. My father was just a labourer then, but as he was well educated, he was quite close to your uncle for some time. He witnessed his decline. When your uncle left India, he was only a shadow of his former self.
The more I learn about my uncle, the less I find I knew about him. Nobody even hinted at such a story.
I suspect your family knows very little and probably would prefer to forget the little they know. My experience has taught me you get in far less trouble with elephants than women.
This story is incredible, almost like a B movie. Well, speaking of B movies, here comes Ahuda.